What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Sorry for the delay. We're in North Carolina, and we're in between watching here, making food, getting ready for the cookout. We got to head to. A lot going on. All right, everybody. What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica. If you missed last night's show was about the 200 people in DeKalb County who were given a 30-day notice and then turned around and gave them a 60-day notice. Now, here's the problem. People said, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you Instagram." They're like, "This is wrong. This is wrong." And again, we keep telling you, you're in these cheap southern states. Ownership matters. Even these houses were cheap. You didn't want them. You didn't want responsibility. You didn't want to cut grass. You didn't want to do a lot of stuff. Now you're like, these landlords ought to treat me this kind of way. You cannot tell a person who owns a building what they're going to do. You're not going to be able to tell them. Go ahead and get dressed, John. So, sorry about that. I said, welcome, Jack Goodman, to the Classic Class thing. But here we go. For all the people who fell for buying a home as a waste of money, want to buy a house and the market will change next year, what do you think about people who convinced you? Listen, so many people were fighting and insulting others and saying, you guys, buying a home is a waste. But it's not just homes, y'all. It's motels, too. Listen, y'all thought I was just picking on boogies and railroads. No, there's a ton of all races, all people. Because here's what happens. I just told you, 48% of all home purchases were made in the Southeast. These companies are not going to sit here and stay in New York and not get returns. They're not going to stay in California and not get returns. They're not going to stay putting money in Oklahoma City or some small town trying to get returns. They're going where the people are going. And guess what? In the Southeast, there's plenty of old, rundown buildings that people haven't taken care of. You can read from the comments all on the internet. People that live near there go, man, that place is falling into the ground. Okay? Now, anyway, this is Virginia. Let's go all the way up to Virginia. And New York, Newport News, they gave them 48 hours. Now, why did they give them 48 hours to get out? Again, people were complaining about 30 days. They were complaining about 60 days. It's not enough time. It's not enough time. This is a 15-story apartment building in Newport News. They were given 2 days notice to vacate the building because the owner failed to correct safety issues that were notified in April. April, May, June, July. 4 months. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, they should move those people. They should do something to the owner. The city should buy the building. I'm gonna show you on Instagram where they're telling y'all the city should buy these buildings from these people. That's illegal. How y'all gonna tell these people what to do? The people in the one more. The people in Georgia, they got 60 days. And guess how much they paid for that building in Georgia? Everybody put in the comments, how many millions of dollars do you think they paid for that building in Georgia? Because this is the part that's gonna kick your butt. This is the part that's gonna really shock you. Okay? So here, this partner in Virginia, why y'all put that in the comments? This one in Virginia, the building's from 1973, and it was deemed unsafe for occupancy. At the heart of the issue, this is the key part, is the building elevators. You can't make it over 15 floors. Not no America, you can't. You ain't got enough fit Americans walking 15 floors. They're not doing that. All right? So again, part of the building issue is it has 2 elevators, but only one is working. That you just can't have that is what they're saying. You can't have that. The function elevator was only approved to operate temporarily and failed a safety test on Monday, leaving the 15-floor building with no approved functioning elevators. The city says the building's boiler also hasn't been repaired. Let me keep going. Due to the owner, Seaview Apartments, LLC, people make fun of LLCs, but here it is, an LLC. Failure to correct safety issues with the property. The Newport News said, listen, clear the building out. This is too much. 48 hours to clear the whole building out. So people mad at the owner, which they should be. He should be making repairs. His name is Mr. Lee. Let's just go there. And he didn't. So the city is enforcing this. This ain't the owner. The property owner would have kept all these people, but the city is telling y'all got to go. Okay? The city says it will revoke the condemnation, whatever. I'm saying it wrong. If Seaview were immediately to fix the safety concern. As of Thursday night, Lee said no inspection has been requested. So think about that. From what we understand from the property manager, parts needed for the elevator are not here and won't be available for 7 more days. Several, not just 1, 2, 3, but several more days. Thursday afternoon, U-Hauls began parked out front of the building. Coming out the door were couches, chairs, 82-year-old Karen Young, who for right now just packed as much as she could in a suitcase. I'm going to stay with a friend for now. I guess I'll come get my furniture another time. The notice caused panic for many living in the tower, many of unsure where they will go. Now listen, pause right here. This is the thing I want y'all to understand. When people start arguing with me about family and friends and they not gonna take people in and they not gonna put money, they ain't got no problems. These people don't even know where they're gonna go. They don't even have a list of family and friends to go to. They don't even have a backup plan of where to go. Think about that. And these people are renting. These aren't people who own a home and oh my God, there was a fire at the house. I've got to figure out who I'm gonna stay with, where hotel to go to. Insurance is cutting me a check. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? This isn't that situation. This is an apartment. What if there was an apartment fire? These people don't even have a person they have on their list that they can possibly know. Think about this stuff, y'all. This is a community and adult issue when people don't even have a list of people in their family that they can go see. They don't even have a plan B. What's the plan B? What's the plan B, y'all? Do y'all understand what's happening here? But it's the landlord. It's the landlord. Okay? Right? Listen. You get where I'm going, right? You get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with this. They are doing. Oh, y'all gonna condemn it? Okay, I guess I gotta sell it. All right. So some of y'all didn't put any. Some of y'all put 1 million down for the money. Guess how much that building in Georgia sold for? $19 million. Let me say that again. $19 million. Come on, Wayne. Now I'm gonna double check it because somebody said that. Two different people said that, but I'm gonna go double check it because this is what you gotta understand. It's in Georgia. It's in DeKalb. It's off the highway. It is in a perfect location. If they can just clean it up, they're gonna value add. Force value add. What is force value add? Force value add is where you are cleaning up the units, new roofing, new everything. Now you're gonna make an appraiser come back, reappraise it, so that they can say now it's worth 40 million, 30 million, 20 million, 25 million, 30 million. You think they're gonna let y'all stay there? They already told you they're gonna put all y'all out. And if you want to come back in a year when they're done with all the repairs, you can reapply. Do you think they're gonna take any of them old tenants back? Nobody. No, they're not. So again, this is just to give y'all that context clue in your head. Now this one is a 15-unit building. Okay. Now that people are saying they just don't, where am I supposed to go? This one is very dangerous. She said, where in the hell am I supposed to go? Says Tasha Gale, a single mother of 4 who lives in the building. I don't have family here. How are you there with 4 kids and have no family? Where are their fathers or father? Where is his family? Listen, y'all, this when you have kids, it's not just your parent and your grandparent. It's also the children's parent and grandparents and cousins. Where are their families? Where are those kids' extended families? I'm scared for her to say this on the news. They might come take them kids, y'all. This is not a game. I'm not from the area. Where's your car? Get in your car, drive back to where you're from. So let's just even say it. Gail said she took advantage of the services provided by the city, but they haven't found any openings of yet. So basically, she went. This is very sad, y'all. I'm stranded. I'm without a house, a home, somewhere I feel I could have been, even though it wasn't safe. It was somewhere I could lay down. So you're telling me this building was not safe, and I think she means safe as far as violence, crime, but she may be talking about the elevators. Gail says she pays $1,400 a month rent for a multi-room bedroom in the building that has issues for some time. My outlets haven't worked since I moved in. $1,400 in Virginia, y'all. Why is she not living somewhere else? Why? Question. When it comes to elevators, the city has been in out of court with the owner since April on the matter. Emergency mandatory injunction orders from the court 7 times dating back since April 18th. Owner of Seaview Apartments LLC was given a 9 a.m. Wednesday to work to provide and fix the issues. It was not repaired. The LLC, okay, let's even go deeper. The LLC, which was traced to the Blue Rise Group. See, because you see, y'all think y'all get an LLC within a holding company, and nobody can know my business because I'm in a holding company. No, that's not true. Not since 2001, since the Patriot Act, since they've made the banks and everybody else dig deep for your information. You're not hiding, right? There's a few accountants on YouTube right now talking about you can hide your assets. Let me clear you something, big boy. When the city is looking for you, they're looking for you, okay? Now, this company in 2020, they bought it in the middle of the pandemic, so that meant the person who owned it during the middle of the pandemic clearly could not keep it because tenants probably were not paying under the projection. Sold it for $9.3 million, according to property tax records. 135-unit building for $9 million, y'all. That already tells me they were struggling. The tenants weren't paying. The tenants identified, see, they couldn't even find it. The tenants identified the landlord as Benjamin Weinstein. Let me read that again. Benjamin Weinstein, people of Judah. I don't want to get flagged, you two. I apologize. Who is listed as the president of Blue Rise. Multiple calls have been made. Can't get them. Caitlin Baxter, an attorney in Newport News-based David Kemp and Frank, has been representing Weinstein. And she said she could not comment on the case. So now they've owned it for 2 years. It's got out-of-date fire extinguishers. It's got damaged travel cable, no phone lines or bells. Oh my God, that's terrible. However, the court documents there's more issues than that. They said there's a disconnection from one of the chimneys, the end cap, and the boiler room, basically a fire. Operation of this could cause unwanted gases, particularly carbon monoxide in the boiler room, which would result in fatal poisoning. The fire alarm system doesn't work. Goodness gracious. And y'all can read this at your own discretion. I'm not going to read everything. But let's just go there. Who's living in this building? All right? What type of folks are living in this building? Erica, people got to have somewhere to live. Okay? I hear you. I just want to be very clear. Right? If you neglected a building and people are having to get evicted because the building is condemned, you should be held liable for whatever costs are incurred for them to find other places to stay. Currently in Virginia, the landlord isn't required to do anything. So y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. These landlords and property owners are not required to pay for you to move. Why do y'all think? I don't know what in your rabbit minds thinks. Well, if I got to move, it's somebody else's fault. What if there was a building fire? Guess what? You'd have to move anyway. If there was any other incident, you'd have to move. They don't owe you this money. Y'all gonna understand. Y'all gonna understand. They don't have to pay for you to move. Why? Everybody is saying the same thing in every argument. The lawyers, the attorneys, they should pay for you to move. The cost of moving, they should pay. They don't have to pay. They don't pay. Maybe they don't pay. Do you understand that? Those are your children. They don't have to pay. Let me keep going. This is another one. Because see, y'all said I was picking on black people. I really was not. I was saying this is happening nationwide because if 48% of all the homes are being purchased in the Southeast, these companies are not going to stay in the Northeast and the West and California, which is hell, and Oregon, landlord hell, in Detroit. They're going to move those monies where they can. All right, so here, this is different colors, different races of people. As you can see, Hispanic, white, black, everybody living in this building. Tenants call on their apartment's new Austin-based owners to delay eviction. Take a look, take a look, take a look. Residents of Seven Oaks apartment protest outside the complex leasing program. What did I tell you protest equals? Protest is the cry from the poor. I'm butchering the Martin Luther King quote, but basically when you don't have no other resources, you don't have no assets, you can't go get an attorney, this is how you protest. And let me be very clear, even if you get an attorney and you sue some people, you ain't gonna get nothing. You gonna get a big sorry about you. Sorry about you. So let me go here. Tenants at the apartment complex in Northwest San Antonio have submitted a list of demands. Boy, I tell you, I have a list of demands. Do you own the building? No. You got a tenant here? Yes. Let me see your lease. Rip their lease up in their face. I was just like, I don't think y'all understand how serious this is. All right, so tenants in the Northwest San Antonio. Now, if you know anything about San Antonio, they are having a boom, people moving there for cheap housing, and I don't know what, because San Antonio has a lot of foodie stuff to do, but I can think what else it has to do. All right, so it's the Austin-based company, which is 45 minutes up the road. They ain't even driving up to the office that's in Austin, which is 45 minutes up the road. Let's just say it that way. They can't. Seven Oaks apartment on Thursday, roughly 2 dozen, tenants and organizers from Texas organization project. So it wasn't even them, it was somebody from a project came and told them. Approached the front door of the leasing office with a document card handing a bullhorn for management to meet them. The group had gathered under the blazing sun for an hour at the gas station adjoining the complex. They met there before. The manager called on the police to kick them off the property. Again, think about, oh God, that's terrible. A similar script played out Thursday as two police officers arrived at the complex, told them, get y'all to reach is slow to respond. Why are you living there? This is not a house. This is an apartment. Move. Y'all, let me be very clear. Some people say Erica, the poverty, that you can't afford it, 3 times the rent, all this stuff, yada, 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 yada. Listen, Texas and many states, but mostly Texas, if it's a new construction apartment, you can have foreclosures, you can have evictions, you can have anything. I worked in apartment management, y'all. This is how people who had evictions on their record got around it. You went to a new construction property and got the cheapest unit in there because the new construction has to fill up. San Antonio has probably 150 buildings being built. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not going to sleep or have my children sleep with this in over my bathroom where it's black mold. It takes a minute for it to get black, y'all. I know y'all don't think that. For a long time, you can have your ceiling dripping and it'll just be white and expand. By the time it turns to black mold, it's been there for a month. And Texas gets hot, y'all. Hot. 100 degrees. Hot. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry. I know I'm breathing in my head. Let me move it back. Can y'all hear me though? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do you see this? This stuff can kill you. 100 degrees. Do you see this? I checked and the rent was 900 to 19, but that's what I'm saying. Oh my God. Do you understand what cheap rent is? If the national average for rent is $2,200, $900 rent is cheap. I get it. You don't want to admit that's not cheap. $900 is cheap. $900 is cheap. The average is 1,500. An average is 1,500 to 2,500. That's the going rate in most cities. If you had $900 rent, you are in a roach motel. Let's really keep it like weekly stay is $350 a week to $400 a week. You pay $1,600 a month being in a weekly stay. So to tell me $900 is not cheap, baby, no, that's cheap. That's cheap. 900 gets you an old apartment. That's what it gets you. You don't get nothing new with $900. If you got 2 working adults and they can't do $900, no thanks. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. 2 adults. So they said T-Mex said not in Newport News. That's not cheap. Okay, so Newport News, I could go look it up, but even in Virginia, where you have some of the highest income ever, 2 adults can't do $900. Two adults can't pull 450. Come on, man. Come on. Stop playing with me. Even in Virginia, y'all living in 1995. It's over. You graduated high school in 1995, 2000. That's a wrap. That them prices don't exist. I remember somebody talking about they need to go back to 750 rent. I said 750. Where was that at? I never got that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got 685 when I first moved to Austin, but it was an old apartment they just revitalized, and I was like, oh, I gotta move out of here because this is hood. All right. So again, many are saying they're bearing the brunt of disorganization. Listen, once you saw the black mold, you gotta move. I'm sorry. The complex has new management after the property changed hands in December when 259-unit complex was sold to a Chicago-based investor. Listen, Chicago-based investor. Let's really talk about this. A Chicago-based investor, Valzing Trice, to achieve, I can't read all this long. This is the longest investment group name I've ever heard of. Anyway, to achieve investment group, an Austin-based property investment were reported to 27.3 million. See, this is when people start telling you that they have these holding companies and they're hiding their money and their assets. They done tracked this Austin company all the way back to Chicago. See how that works? Where they're gonna keep tracking you down till they get to the person. Let's be really honest. It's y'all out here trying to believe this hype that I'm gonna hide my identity, and I'm gonna buy one LLC and the other LLC is gonna buy the other LLC, and I'm gonna be hiding my identity. Baby, they're gonna find this person's house and knock on the door after a while. Okay, so now let's go there. They bought 259-unit complex, so it's not a small complex. It's fairly decent. They bought it for $27 million. So first of all, they got ripped off. Let's be honest. San Antonio. They got ripped off. But anyway, they bought it for $27 million. The complex owners did not respond to requests for comments since Thursday evening. Jas Dolin, I'm saying it wrong, looks like Dolin, a tenant of 8 months, said a few months into his lease around the time the complex changed hands, management lost 2 money orders he sent for a total $800. They demanded he pay them again. Pause. Stop. Immediately stop. Immediately. Absolutely not. If you got money orders, you should have the receipt part. If you got money, this is what I would do. When I was at an old apartment building, when I worked at apartment management, they would come in, they make us scan a copy of their money order. I signed the paper, I received it. They sign on the paper, and I give them that paper. And I know that sounds ghetto to y'all. Y'all ain't never heard of nothing like that, but this is what they do in hood apartment complexes. When you bring a money order in, you got the receipt part. Remember that. You got that receipt part. And that receipt part will show if that money order got cashed. Who cashed that money order? Who? Who cashed it? Who apartment did they contribute that money order to? Check your management. Check your maintenance staff and check your management. I tell you right there. Already stop. Pause. Because when it's ghetto places, even the Latino apartment complexes, the Casa Bonitas all over Texas, when you come in with your money order, you have your receipt part. We usually scan it on the little printer. I sign that I received the paper, and you sign, this is yours, same date, same time. So first of all, already that's a flag on the play. I'm moving, and you see he's at $800. Okay, cheap apartment. Okay, let's go ahead here. Willie Rector, a tenant for 2 years, said her attempts to get housing assistance from the city were frustrated because management did not have up-to-date lease on her file and were unresponsive with repeated attempts to get an updated lease. She recently received an eviction notice. At one point, she discovered for the first time she had been moved to a month-to-month lease. Come on now, ma'am, if you don't have an up-to-date lease, where is your lease? This is a binding contract. Whatever old lease you have, you should have it in your records. I still have the records for my last 3 apartments. Still have it. Just in case somebody tries to put something on my credit report, some case somebody tries to say they didn't pay something, didn't clean something, didn't move out right, I got it. This is a legal document. You put your name and social security number on. They give you a copy for a reason. You either have a copy in your email or you have a copy somewhere on hard paper copy so you can look back and say, no, this is not what my lease says. So let's just go there. Let's give her a second of grace. Where's your old lease? Okay. Number 2, I needed an updated lease. What is an updated lease? Did you sign an updated lease? If you did not sign an updated lease, you are moved from month to month. Second, you just said you're getting housing assistance from the city. Come on. Come on now. What that means is in process. That means you don't have it. Come on now. Now this person said in the crowd, we signed contract they have to abide by, so they shall abide by them too. Called out of the crowd. This is Rector who's been there for 2 years and ain't paying her rent, but she out here in the crowd, getting them riled up. Ma'am, you need to be at work. You need to be at work. I'm sorry. You need to be DoorDash and deliver pizzas, Uber or something. You need to be at work. You do not need to be out here. You don't have a lease. You're month to month. You're not paying rent. You on housing assistance. So you at home every day? Come on now. We signed a contract for working washing machines, but do we have that? No, the crowd shouted back. She out here rallying a crowd, y'all. I can't, y'all. This is insane. She don't have a lease. She's month to month, and she ain't paying that. And they got, I know Austin just finished their moratorium, but I think she falls under the moratorium. Let me just go here. Two tenants passing by with their groceries asked what the commotion was about, but carried on to their apartment. You see why? Because they had their food and they was like, "This okay? What y'all gonna do? Y'all can't make them people come out that office." They told them their experiences. One family member, Michael, said they told the large crowd present outside, "I wish I had heard about this earlier." They wondered aloud how they could obtain the protection from retaliation that the organizers had mentioned. The family, which lived in two side-by-side units, both units recently had month-to-month leases imposed on them, costing them an extra $100 a month. They also said they've been threatened with eviction notices, which they called part of a drive to push out families like theirs that rely on Section 8 vouchers. First of all, Section 8 is ruthless. If you got mold, you should have been called Section 8. Call Section 8 will be down there and shut that place down, baby. See, okay, let me keep going. Bernardo pointed out to the black mold in the bathroom and the faucet appeared to be fixed by management with duct tape. Duct tape? Call Section 8. Get a code violation. See, these people don't want to do that though, y'all, because it would require them to do something, and it also requires them to move. Let me finish. Spotty patches dot the ceilings where leaks once were. A bulge in the corner of the ceiling reminder there's other leaks building up. So any moment the ceiling gonna bust. Okay. His father showed a photo of a corpse that they said was recently found outside their door. Oh my God. Jesus. They said they found outside their door the spot where the body lay can still be seen through the broken glass of their window. Another repair that says the manager never found you. I feel as nervous as I do. Why are you staying at a place where there's a body outside your door and then they ain't come and power washed it or hazard material cleaned it? Oh my God. Now this is the sad part here. I never felt as nervous as I do here. He's a Vietnam War veteran. He says the family plans to move to Colorado as soon as they save enough money for a rental truck. Let me be very clear. Colorado is not cheap. I mean, I don't know if he's going to Colorado Springs, former military person, or one of the other bases, but Colorado is called cold California. It's so expensive. They if they can't afford a rental moving truck, y'all, this is what I want y'all to understand. When I worked in park management, people came with everything they had in a car towed behind them to Texas, and they would literally be on their last dollar, last cashier. If we made any changes, we said, oh, we need another $45, or we needed a pet deposit. People would walk away. They're like, I don't have anything else. I came here on my last dollar to Texas. This is very common. People get here on their last dollar to Texas. So I already thank you. Where are they going in Colorado? Where? It's not cheap. Thank you. Colorado is the fourth most expensive state in the country. Where are they gonna go? Do they know somebody in Colorado? If they've got to save money to get the rental van, how much do they have to pay for gas to get there? Think about that. Think about that, y'all. I'm concerned. I don't know if it's the daughter saying they need to move there. I mean, Texas is about as cheap as you can get it. In most places, if they just move an hour, not even an hour, 30 minutes outside of San Antonio, I can show you here on realtor.com where you can get a house for 150, 180. Why would they move where they can? And he ain't in good health. I don't. That exactly. This is not their first mistake. This is not their first mistake. I'm about to open up a homeless shelter. It sounds like a great job at this point. Great opportunity. Moving crawlers is not their first mistake. He's not in good health. You going to higher elevation on oxygen? No, no, no. I'm sorry. Doug said, "I'm sorry. They should have been planning to move. The city has been threatening to demo build for over a decade. I'm hoping they have family. This is. They're going to be homeless. Okay. So again, I just want to show y'all I'm not everything's picking on black people. No, no, no. This is not that kind of channel. We are showing that the economic wall that you guys think are middle class, you're not middle class if you don't make over 85,000 a year. And see this whole thing of notion of degrees, and I get it, a lot of y'all live in Northeast, and Northeast is kind of this old like stuffy. Do we have degrees? Do you have a degree? Don't have a degree. First, I went to Harvard. I went to Yale. I'm to Ivy League. I went to Columbia. That shit don't matter if you a doctor and you make 30K a year. They looking at you crazy. I'm Dr. Williams and I make no money. I'm a lecturer. I'm a professor. I write books and I make no money. That's crazy. They ain't trying to hear that. This is basic math problem, y'all. What they don't show y'all, a lot of those legacy degree folks that their parents went to Harvard, they went to Harvard now. Everybody, they own rental properties or they own a house, they grandma house, and they got a house with a apartment over the garage. They have assets, so they don't have to make money. This is the thing I want you to understand. The people I remember coming out of college and they bought like these little cheap $80,000, $70,000 houses in North Carolina, and they were doing the National Guard. And everybody's like, man, you gotta get a real job. He's like, man, my mortgage is $300. I ain't got to do nothing but make enough to pay for my car and this. And I used to think that was funny. And then I realized doing the math, buying the home was the best thing they ever did. That's why people get so upset about the houses being underwater. Because what they want to do is work a very bare minimum job. The house gets all this equity. They take a cash out refi, take that money and either do what? Pay off cars, pay off bills, buy cars, buy stuff, or buy a second home that they make a rental. Take some land somewhere, put some trailers on it, make it a rental. Y'all, I'm telling you, the game, once y'all really learn the game, all this other stuff doesn't make sense to you. It don't make sense running to get all these other degrees. The number one thing, if I have a child, anytime soon is I'm going to make sure they own one or two rentals. By the time they turn 18, they got money that comes to them the 1st and the 15th. And that gives them that wiggle room to like, if you go to school for real. Don't spend up all this money. And we're going to teach them about putting away money and all this other stuff. Or we already got our nephew on that track. This is what you do. This is where your money come from, the businesses, the grass cut, and all this stuff. QuickBooks, it's already talked about. 15. This is how far ahead we're going to have a difference in society. This is crazy. Look, I'm talking about doctors, people that have doctor behind their name, so they done went and got all these degrees, but they don't make no money. Nah, John, that's for PhD. That's a doctor. I'm talking about folks who have doctor behind their name, and they're I don't know if you ever see this black lady comedy sketch of Dr. Konaka. Like she basically Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar don't make $100,000 a year, y'all. Come on now. Come on, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all met doctors that don't make no money. They a doctor of English, doctor of communication, doctor of like, baby, why you keep going back getting all these degrees? I know this girl right now went back out of these degrees. She's a stay-at-home mom. I said, well, who's paying that? Oh, your husband's paying that. Well, that's safe. More power to you. You got a husband to pay the doctor. Come on, more power to you. Anyway, let me focus. I'm getting lost. Oh, Lord. Jesus. Let me see. So they're going to Colorado as soon as they can get enough money for a U-Haul van, which we just gonna leave it alone. Tina uses sign language with her father. I have no fellow nervous as I do after they found a body. Okay, so they have a lot of lists of demands. I can't even. This is after that body thing. I'm done. Organizers say tenants who participate in this effort are protected from the law. You can protest all you want, baby, but you still gotta go. That's why they're not worried about you. Countywide evictions have nearly returned to pre-pandemic levels. David or David? Chatty Williams. Hey, somebody come get this phone. Countywide evictions have nearly returned to pre-pandemic levels. After plummeting at the start of the pandemic in the face of eviction moratoriums, evictions have steadily crept back up. We're talking about 22,600 evictions. Whoa, Jesus. 22,600 evictions in Bexar County, which is San Antonio. Just slightly less than 23,000 evictions in February 2020. Good gracious. 22,600 people is getting the boot, y'all. Woo, jeez. Seven Oaks is the latest complex to be purchased by Achievement Investment Group, which since 2019 also purchased. So again, they coming out of they're via Austin, aka out of Chicago, got the LLC in Austin, got the investment little office in Austin, but really they're coming out of Chicago. Why? They're trying to escape the Chicago taxes. Again, this whole holding company stuff that people are trying to sell y'all and stuff like this. There's levels to it. Don't get it twisted. If they need to, they'll go up to Chicago and Texas will sue you. So let's not even get it twisted. They'll same group out of Chicago, but got an office in Austin, so they can say they out of Austin, so they don't have to pay taxes for Chicago. That's what they're doing. Probably still living in Chicago, living a great life too. They purchased Rio Springs, the Valencia, and Morgan Manor in San Antonio. I'm gonna tell you right now, anytime you see the Valencia or Rio Springs, it's like the Casa Bonita. Okay. The group uses the kind of crowd-funded equity to purchase the properties called syndication, which has become increasingly popular business model. So it could be several engineers, it could be several doctors, it could be several lawyers out of Chicago in the group. Achievement is one of the many out-of-town investor groups that have rushed in to capitalize on the growing renter class in the city. 1 in 7 apartment units traded ownership last year. Why did they trade ownership, y'all? 1, appreciation. 2, all these people are moving to Texas, and then all these people that didn't make it, the pandemic, moratoriums forced a bunch of folks to do what? Keep all these tenants they were not paying, and they could not keep them. All right, guys, so this is another one. I know it's a lot of negative news. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is heavy stuff. If I'm losing you, I understand. It's 37 minutes in. It's 387 people. Let's hit the like button. This one right here is in Hawaii, right? Because y'all keep saying I'm picking on black people. No. Let's keep going. We went to San Antonio. Now we're in Hawaii. There's a picture of them. This is Catherine and Aaron are being forced out to leave their homes. June 30th. Okay. This is what it looks like. The Lahaina Crossroads apartment at 767 Luquita. Look at y'all. This is Hawaiian. I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to lie to you. My pronunciations aren't great. All right. So this is a Honolulu-based 1515 South King LLC. Wow, that's a very interesting LLC. Listen to the name. Musad Hassan and Jabra, trustees to Hassan and Hassan Trust. So what are those last names? Hassan. You do the math. Okay, so they're not Hawaiians. They're maybe from Dubai. I don't know. The tenant went to the receipt show, basically. Again, everybody who's sitting here telling me I'm going to hide my who owns this and who's that. So they're the trustees of their father who own this, the Atata Hassan and Kitan Hassan Trust. So it sounds like the children of the Hassans are like, it's time for everybody to go. All right, so anyway, let's keep going. Y'all do the math on that. Okay. Catherine Kumada, 71. Oh man, she's lived at this apartment for 35 years. Y'all, let me say that again. Catherine has lived at this apartment for 35 years. She and her husband, Aaron, who's 60. Come on now, get it, woman.
Y'all know y'all love talking about them younger spouses. She got a spouse 11 years younger than her. Get it, sister, get it, okay? Are being forced out of the complex along with 20 other families, a handful of them who are on fixed incomes. They have ripped the life out of me. Now let's go back and look up. This is her husband. He's 60. That's their kid for sure. And she's 71. They've been there 35 years, y'all. Hawaii's changed a lot in 35 years. They've been there 35 years. Okay. Get it, Catherine. Get you that younger husband. It ain't nothing but a number. Everybody loves older. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm done. Let me come back. Let me get back right. Let me do right. My husband is Hawaiian, for Christ's sake, and he can't even live on the island. People are greedy. So again, Catherine is a blonde, uh, right here, I think white woman, and her husband is Hawaiian. Okay, you know, he had to do what he had to do. Okay. All right. So again, other tenants are claiming about getting kicked out. Long story short, the rent will go from 1,200 to 2,200 for a one bedroom in the 20-unit building. So let's do some math. Let me get my little calculator out here. 20-unit building, which isn't a lot, right? You don't even need. You could have a property manager or own property, really. You just give discount tenant to rent to one person, and they could manage everything. Times 20, so they get $24,000 a month off that building. That's gross, not net. 292 off that building. So now if they pop the rent up to 2,200 times 20, it is 44,000. So this is a one bedroom. The whole it has some two bedroom units, but it's mostly a one bedroom apartment. So she's been living here on the fourth floor for 35 years. Wow, 35 years. Here's another person. They're 79. They've been there for 20 years. They said, where you got to go? I got to go homeless then. He said he can try to move to Kentucky. Good gracious. Kentucky, where his son lives, but he wants to stay in Hawaii. I'm a native Hawaiian. I was born here. I want to die here. That's really horrible. That's really sad. I'm trying to figure out how the son got to Kentucky, but let's go ahead and go. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, here's the thing. They said with low inventory on the housing west side, retirees, nurses, and teachers and service industry workers are left scrambling. Okay. Another tenant, he's 69 years old. He's been there 14 years. Good gracious. Says the Maui housing crisis is displacing elderly people. Being evicted so they can renovate and then move it to 2,200, 2,500. We can't afford that. We just can't afford that. Aaron Kumahu, who served in the United States military in the Maui police force, is now working as a caretaker to make ends meet. He broke his shoulder recently, so his wife helped him with various jobs. So he was in the military. He didn't retire. You see it says served. He didn't retire. And he was on the police department. Did he retire from there either? If he just doesn't retire from jobs, did he just not finish them? Because if you retire from the military and the police, I'm talking about a double pension life there. You're talking about 5 bands a month. Easy. See, this is the conversation we don't want to have, right? This is where we don't want to have it. He's 60. He did all these jobs. Come on. Let's go there. He's 60. Didn't retire from either thing, right? So where's the retirement? There is none. See, we don't want to talk about that, though. That makes me a horrible person. I get it, but we have to address it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the writing on the wall there that, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, can I say it? You know what I mean? Like, you're not finishing nothing. He's not completing anything. Max is green. Hold on. If y'all don't come get this phone from over by me, go throw it. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, January. Listen, come on now. Let's really go there. Let's really go there. He was in the military, didn't finish. Police officer, didn't finish. Didn't retire from either one of them. No retirement. We got to really address the thing in the room. People always trying to, come on. Let's really, there's no savings. We're not talking about it. 35 years, same building. Where's the retirement? Where's the investment? See, people don't want to talk about that though. Nobody wants to talk about that. So let's keep going. Another one says they feel pushed out of Maui. Local politicians haven't done anything. Another one says everybody's talking about creating affordable housing. Here's the real solution. What can we do to save this? What can we do so local people can stay in their homes? This isn't, again, y'all, I don't want to be this person, but these aren't your homes. These are buildings that you rent from 35 years. All right? This phone right there. Okay. In March 2021, the median price on Craigslist for a one-unit rental unit in Maui was $1,850, while in March 2022 it risen to $2,600. See, y'all don't understand. These property owners have to pay property taxes, right? They have to pay property taxes. They have to maintain these buildings, or they get fined. So, are they not supposed to maintain these buildings? Are they not supposed to pay their property tax? Do you not think this stimmy money and all this pandemic where y'all didn't pay rent wasn't going to come back to hit them? Okay. There you go. Okay. So let me go on to the next one because y'all going to say, man, you got harsh. Let's go. Let me keep going. We're 46 minutes in. Here's another one. I've got another one. This is in Florida. For my Florida folks. Florida. See, this is not, these people are looking for returns on their investment. They have to go somewhere to find returns on their investment. So they're investing in buildings and places all over the place. The Hassan children, whose families owned that all those years, it sounds like their daddy died. And the kids are like, look, it's time to clean up. We got to make this valuable. We got to make this enough money for us to live. It happens. Magic Castle Inn tenants forced to leave with little notice. Now, remember, y'all was mad about the apartments. Now, let's go to hotels. Do y'all feel the same, that these people should be given all this time for hotels? This is colorful Magic Castle Inn and Suites, known for being featured in the movie Florida Project, which focuses on homeless families. And the hotel has about 30 transit tenants. What that means is when they say transient, you don't have a home address. You're essentially homeless, but you live in a hotel. Come on. No, I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me brace myself. Hold on. Okay, y'all ready? Are y'all ready? You see this woman right here, Brianna Major. Brianna is looking out the window, looking sad. They have to figure out what they're gonna do. They just dropped a bomb on us. Major and her boyfriend, keyword there, her and her boyfriend, and their 2 kids moved here from Arizona and are starting over. She takes care of the little ones and is also working on her degree. She will graduate next month. Her boyfriend works at Papa John's, but says it's just hard to make ends meet. Yeah. Why did they leave Arizona? Right? Why did they leave Arizona? But let me keep going. Like an apartment down here by ourselves is over $2,000. Who can afford that? Y'all. Now I worked at Papa John's, and I'm just gonna put it to you like this. When I worked 40 hours a week, there was times where I ended up working like almost 40 hours a week. It's part of why my appendix burst. I was working 40 hours a week, 4 weeks in a row. Honey, I made over $3,000 to $4,000. Majority of people in the Papa John's are making $4,000 some change a month. So is he working part-time? Is he working full-time? Do people not tip in Florida? Let me know. Okay? Because if I'm him, not only am I working at Papa John's, the rest of my hours, I'm DoorDash and Uber and I'm doing something. Because that ain't enough. I'm going to just tell you that now. Okay? So let's go ahead and get it. This is when people move. They think if I just move, everything will be great. So they left Arizona. They moved. Why do you have a hoodie on that's 90 degrees outside?
I want to look cool.
You look crazy. Get away from me. Anyway,
I'm on black.
I'm on my live. Go away. Major's family is one of the many who are looking for a new place to stay. Some of them are employees at Magic Castle and they're not losing their home, but their jobs as well. Community leaders there run support groups. They're going to continue to happen, right? The owners of the hotel who said they have allowed some people to stay at no cost in the past. Let me say that again. The owners of the hotel who felt bad for people and let them stay at no cost in the past have had the hotel for 17 years and are in the middle of selling the hotel because they want to retire. They said these current owners said new ownership wants the property to be empty. Y'all, this is what's happening. This is why I sit here and tell y'all all these baby boomers, they done. They're done being nice. They're done letting you chill out. They're done with that. They're done with it. They want to retire. They're done with it. They're done. Yeah, I just realized that. Like I'm walking around town and I don't understand why y'all out here with these bitches. It don't make sense. We don't tip here. Apparently you don't. There are good paying jobs in Arizona. Yeah, but why did they go across the country from Arizona to Florida, where clearly they don't have nobody they know, and he's only working at Papa John's? They didn't apply for no jobs before they came. You know what I'm saying? Saving up money. They should have been saving up money before they moved. Who just moves like that? You can't do that with 2 little children. Come on. This is hotels. See, y'all was mad when it was apartments, but this is a hotel. The owners are tired. They've owned it for 17 years. They can't sell it. So, some people need to move to a smaller town. Small town. They moved from Arizona to Florida. For what? That's crazy. But if you let people tell you it's because of the greedy business owners, the greedy landowners. Why did her and her boyfriend? Now she's getting a degree, but it didn't say what her degree is in. You see that, right? Why isn't he at community college doing something? Do you understand what I'm saying? People ain't playing this. People are not playing this. Let me keep going. It's 427 people in here. Hit the like button at least, y'all, so we can finish this out. Oh. So these people, again, they're in a hotel. They're like, look, we're going to give y'all a written notice to leave. The tenancy is week to week. So they said the tenants need to be given 7 days to vacate. Y'all, this is a hotel. These people are fighting to stay at a hotel that's being sold. A weekly stay. Do you understand how crazy this is? I just want you to understand how crazy. Look at it. Look. If you don't let me know, and you have to log in to do it. Why did you leave Arizona? Why? With 2 kids. And a boyfriend. Not a husband, a boyfriend. Let me show you another one. Motel Evictions likely continue on US 192 corridor in Osceola, Florida. Another one. Dozens of motels sit around the corner from Disney World. This is the same one in accordance with that lady. Magic Castle Inn and Suites were sold without notice and the tenants were abruptly kicked out. Some are occupied by tourists, others are occupied by long-term tenants. Again, they buying up a string of hotels. They're going to revitalize this whole area. Hold on, sorry. Oh, let me here.
What? What do you think? All right. All right. Talk. But they can probably get it over.
make these changes or whether it's in sections, whatever it is. So they're going to need to do that.
Tenants at the Magic Castle Inn and Suites are the most recent to be displaced. We're told the previous owners failed to notify the people living there that the building was being sold until 24 hours before the new owners were scheduled to begin renovations. Chowdhury says the county had organizations like the Salvation Army and the Kissimmee Poinciana Homeless Outreach stop by to help.
We were able to help 90% of them because of the issues that they had. It was simple to just match them with the correct agency and then have that agency help provide the need that's required.
She says the county's working on making sure transitions between new investors and current owners go smoother by keeping up with property transactions and preparing to move people ahead of time. In Osceola County, Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
Without, and the tenants were abruptly kicked out.
WESH 2's Megan Mulatto spoke with an Osceola County commissioner who says the Magic Castle won't be the last.
I'm almost done.
Just around the corner from Disney World are dozens of motels on US 192, some occupied by tourists, others occupied by long-term tenants who call Osceola renovating them.
Oh, I think we had a little internet interruption. There's too many items on the screen. All right. I'm actually not. I'm at my family's vacation. I'm at my house on vacation. I'm at my family's. It's kids everywhere. We're all getting ready to go to a cookout for our family, and everybody wants to talk to me. So anyway, all right. It was a movie. It was in a Netflix documentary. So anyways, I just want to show y'all this because I think we're kind of in denial. And it's something, you know what I mean? Like it's something going on, right? Where people are just kind of in denial and they're not being honest with themselves. So again, you're in a hotel, 7 days. You need 7 days to be notified. Again, where were they moving them to? I don't know. But here's the problem. They didn't start here, right? They didn't start here. You know, what happened? And everybody says, oh, the government's buying it. Stay woke. No. These companies are looking to invest in the Southeast. They're looking to invest in the Southeast. That's where everybody's moving. That's why this girl done moved from Arizona to Florida for a new magical life. I don't know what kind of degree she's finishing. We don't know what old boy's doing when he's not at Papa John's, but he clearly ain't working 2-3 jobs. She just said he had Papa John's. That's it. You dig? You already know. That's how it goes every time. So again, this is the problem. Again, folks are not being realistic. These property owners don't owe you anything. When I sit here and tell y'all that you're gonna see a boom in the rural areas, you're gonna see people finally wake up and go, "What is the USDA loan? NACA loan? Where can I live? I gotta be out in the country." Yes. You can't afford the city. Stevie Wonder has songs, just enough for the city. Y'all don't even have just enough for the city. We got to be really, really open up about this. Colorado passed a law some years ago to prevent people from staying in motel and hotels longer than 30 days. That's just a problem. Exactly. In Florida, he's by the Disneyland, but he ain't Ubering. Come on, man. Come on. People are moving to Mississippi, buying up their dream homes, building their dream homes a little stressed out. There's parts of Florida that, listen, northern Florida, the panhandle, the country parts, y'all can live there for cheap. You want to live in Miami and you ain't got no Miami money? That don't make sense. Come on, man. So again, this doesn't work. And this is what y'all gonna learn. All the people that was telling you not to buy a house 10 years ago in Dallas and Nashville and Charlotte and Raleigh and Florida, and now they look up and you don't have a choice to buy a house because you don't have much, right? right? It depends, January. If you're trying to have a rental property, Southeast is where it's going to be at. But again, this argument that there's just no affordable housing. You can go 30 minutes out of any of these major cities on the Southeast and still go get property, still go get a house, still go get some cheap rent. A number of people will retire in the South. Again, people are not paying attention. These people are not retiring to New York. They're not retiring up north. They're coming down south. These people might be having to catch a midnight train to Georgia. That's what they might have to do. Midnight train to Macon. Midnight train to the rural areas. Because this is not sustainable. See, this is a nudge. The nudge is you're going to either go get some of these blue collar trades, some of this tech jobs. This is what this city has. You either going to do this or you're going to have to move. Jason Black did a whole documentary a couple years ago. You will be moved. These people are looking for financial returns on all these pension funds. Y'all keep forgetting all these baby boomers, 10,000 a day for the next 15 years, gonna have to retire, right? So they got to get 5, 6, 7, 8% returns from somewhere. So they're doing what? They're buying up these properties in the Southeast. They know you're never going to buy a home. You're going to rent forever, and they know that's what you're gonna do. That's just what it is. Retire Charlotte. Charlotte is $500 million to $2 million. Come on, man. Go outside Charlotte. You can't afford Charlotte then. Go live in Monroe. Go live further out. Go live closer to Lake Norman. Go live somewhere else. You cannot blame the city. They want high qualified people that have skills there and are going to spend money when they go out and eat restaurants. If that's not you, don't go there. But Erica, what about the people? What about the people that got to work at them jobs? It's called a car. You're about to drive into the city and drive your road back out. You got to go get a trade. Nobody wants to hear that. Oklahoma City is packed now. The road's even been built for the kind of traffic. My friends moved to Oklahoma City. Bought a house. Almost cash. From selling her house in Texas. Come on, man. Y'all can't be moving and don't know nothing about the area. That's what they do. They move somewhere and they live cheaper. Arizona, all these places. This is the stuff people are not telling y'all. Y'all aren't planning. You're not planning to get married. You're not planning to marry your baby mama. You're not here to marry your baby dad. So then you got drama there. You ain't got no money all these years. And then now you get to retirement. You ain't got no money for retirement. Come on, man. This is an old story. And y'all about to learn it. So anyways, you guys, that's what we got. Anyway, thank you guys for being here today. We've done an hour and 2 minutes. That's enough for me. But we probably could pull stories like this every day of the week for the next 3 months. And it's just what it is. So, all right, you guys, this is your girl, Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Hopefully you guys will hop in and make some good choices. Later.